Fox is a schemer. He looks for victims with mountains of money and bubbles for brains. He just found the perfect patsy as he explains to his two partners in crime.
Listen, Shifty and Natso, try to act civilized. We're about to meet a bird from the upper classes.
You mean she's in high school?
No, Hamburger Hen. He means she's hoity and rich.
Amazingly fabulous, stinkingly rich. I'm talking about the Shrieky Crow, the cheese queen.
Oh my, a cheesemaker. I love cheese. Swiss cheddar Limburger.
She doesn't make cheese, Pete Brain. Her workers make the cheese. She just makes money.
She does indeed make money, Shifty. The entire bleached cheese fortune is hers for the moment. Mark my words. Mark my words, bleached cheese will soon be ours. I want you to forget everything you've ever heard about crows and singing.
Crows can't sing, they just squawk.
That's what you're supposed to forget, Marshmallow Mouse.
I'm about to convince a crow that she has the most driven voice ever heard. Okay, try to act intelligent. Here she comes now.
Are you the gentleman from the Foxy Talent Agency?
We are indeed, dear lady. I am Wiley D. Fox, and these are my associates, Worthington Weasel and Ratcliffe A. Rat.
Pleased to meet you.
Hello, and say hello to my pet worm, Mr. Scorner. Isn't he just the sweetest thing? Hello, Scorner, wormy journey.
Yes, quite delightful. Let me tell you, dear lady, why we are here. I am a musical impressionist.
I'm afraid I don't know that great word.
Neither do I.
An impressionist manages musical talent, and I have heard that you have a breathtaking voice.
It sure takes my breath away. See, I'm choking.
Is this an emergency? Should I call the ambulance?
I was choking, Frank Butterface.
As I was saying, and I am an impressionist looking for the most gifted singer in Aesopia to turn into the greatest singing sensation of our time.
Oh my, did you hear that, Mr. Spine? He thinks I'm a singing sensation.
Well, not quite yet, dear lady. Every talent needs development and training, and we must see what the public thinks. Therefore, I put together a talent contest. I've invited all the singers in Aesopia to try out in front of a live audience and 3 judges, and I am personally inviting you.
Who are the judges? Will they like me?
We are the judges, dear lady, and we will like you enormously. I am quite sure that you will win.
Mr. Squirmy and I just adore winning things. Don't we, my planet around? But Mr. Squirmy wonders what will happen if I win.
I will take you on as my own client, but it will take time and money to develop your talent. Money that will quickly be earned back as you go on to make millions. Speaking of money, would you happen to have any cash on hand that we might use to get things going? I am temporarily low on funds.
I don't bleach cheese. I have scads of money.
Marvelous. That will help us avoid any catastrophe.
Did someone mention cat trophies? Merciful heavens, is there a cat here?
Look around, Onion Eyes. There's no cat here.
Wiley D. Fox's contest is set to air on Aesopia Radio. The singers arrive and huge crowds show up to cheer on their favorites.
Yay!
Cheese indeed.
Hooray!
Go, Meadowlark. Rah, rah, Nightingale.
The contest lasts for weeks. The judges finally narrow the field down to 3 contestants, Nightingale, Meadowlark, and Cherokee Crow. Radio reporters Chipmunk and Starling interview the final three.
I'm speaking with Miss Nightingale. Tell our listeners a little about yourself.
Well, I think others can do that far better, Star. Let me just read from one of my many glowing reviews. The highlight of the evening was a song from Nightingale, whose glorious voice filled the evening air.
Right, you've done quite a lot of singing then.
I have indeed. After graduating from the Prejudice Birdsong Academy, I gave a well-received concert. I happen to have a review right here.
I'm sure it glows with praise. Let's move on to Meadow Lark. Tell us about yourself, Miss Lark. I studied for many years with the legendary Madame Gush Cuthrush. She thought I had talent, so she set up several concerts for me. Did the public like you? Well, they just voted me Daytime Singer of the Year. I believe you were voted Nighttime Singer of the Year, weren't you, Miss Gail?
I was indeed. Let me quote from a review.
Moving right along, how about you, Miss Shariki Crow? Tell us about your musical career. Did you go to music school or have a voice coach?
Well, I've never actually studied singing. How about concerts? I've never actually sung in public.
There you have it, listeners. The mysterious, unknown Miss Shariki Crow is going up against the daytime and nighttime singers of the year.
Who will win? Stay tuned.
Let's get the audience reaction to the first performer, Nightingale.
Ooh, grand, gorgeous, and glorious.
And the judges' reaction?
I have to say that I was quite disappointed, Miss Gale. You couldn't even stay on key.
Ooh, ridiculous. What? I have perfect pitch. Look, it says right here in this review.
Well, I think your voice sounds bad too. Kind of grumpy and verbal.
What? Speak English.
The judges are idiots.
You were terrible. You stunk worse than old fish. You stunk worse than old sneakers. Let's check out the audience's reaction to Meadowlark.
Ah, how light, lovely, and luscious. We love you.
And what do the judges have to say?
Once again, our audience reveals its total ignorance of true musicalship. Your singing is weak, Miss Lark. I couldn't even understand the words to your song. You should really work on that.
My voice teachers say I enunciate beautifully. I agree with my fellow judge. You also keep slickering and mumbling. Very annoying. I kept mumbling? That doesn't make any sense. What about you, Mr. Rat? What do you think?
I agree with him. You were terrible. You stunk worse than old fish wearing old sneakers.
No, boo, boo, the judges stink.
How will the audience respond to Shariki Crow's performance?
How harsh, horrid, and horrendous. Help!
And the judges?
Pay no attention to the audience, Miss Crow. They're completely barbarian. Such an astonishing voice, such delicacy of phrasing, such dramatic delivery. Without a doubt, we have a winner.
Get
Impossible and unbelievable.
Oh, thank you so much. You're the best singer I've ever heard.
I agree with them. Shariki Crow wins.
No! Boo! This is totally unfair.
The judges and Miss Crow race off as the angry audience storms the stage. When things calm down, reporters interview the losers.
This must must have been a terrible disappointment for you, Knight.
Are the judges insane? That crow has a hideous voice. I sing wonderfully and on key.
How about you, Meadow? Share your sorrow with our listeners.
I don't know if I sing my best, but I certainly sing better than that bird. Anybody can sing better than her. This is a cookie contest.
The reporters tried to interview Miss Crow, but she is whisked away by her new manager, Mr. Wiley D. Fox. 2 months, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and tons of free cheese later. Fox sets up a debut concert for her in the faraway land of Grimm, where no one has heard of her. The concert is just starting. The audience applauds as Ms. Shariki Crow takes the stage.
Caw, caw, caw. Don't know what I saw. Caw, ah, ah, ah. Don't know what you saw. Caw, caw, caw.
Boo! Eat! Foamy! Poor Miss Crow runs off the stage in tears, but Wiley D. Fox is there to calm her down.
Now I understand why they booed me.
Boo, you, dear lady. You misunderstood. They were saying you sang beautifully. It's how they say beautiful and grim. Strange accent here.
They liked me?
They were absolutely stunned by your talent.
I'm stunned. Like I stuck my hand in the electric socket. Why would you stick your hand in a socket? You could die.
Wake up. You never listen, egg-shelled ears. Well, I do have bad news for you, dear lady.
Oh no, Mr. Scorpion, I hate that news.
We seem to have run out of cash. This concert took more money than I anticipated. So you'll need to write me another check.
And another.
And another.
Oh, money, that's no problem. Let me just get my checkbook. They really love me, don't they?
1 month later, Shariki Crow's singing career is over. She is booed wherever she goes.
This is the inside scoop, listeners. It seems that Shariki Crow, the famous cheese queen, has lost all her money and her cheese company.
Surprise, surprise, the new owner of Breeze Cheese is none other than Mr. Wiley D. Fox, assisted by Mr. Shifty Weasel, Mr. Ratso Rat. We've tried several times to interview Mr. Fox, but he refuses to talk to us.
We did manage to catch up with Miss Crow. I asked her how it felt to have lost everything.
Well, I don't have any cheese to eat now, so I'm quite hungry. But at least I still have Mr. Squirmy. And isn't he just the plumpiest, juiciest, tastiest looking? Don't run away, Mr. Squirmy. I'm afraid your pet didn't want to become bird food, Shariki. But tell us, is there a moral to be learned here? Moral? Something to do with the danger of listening to flattery, perhaps. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, what's that in your pocket? Is that a lemon cheese sandwich?
Stop. Let go of me. Well, listeners, ouch. This is Darlene.
And Chipmunk.
Signing off.
The end.